Hey, I heard you'd finally arrived. Welcome to Central Europe. I'm Connie, the Wildhüter of Hirschfelden. Reserve Warden, that is. I'm here to make sure that your time here will be unforgettable. Hirschfelden is one of the oldest hunting reserves in Europe, and we host a diverse population of the most popular big game for all hunting tastes. It's also the most beautiful place on Earth. No, I'm not biased at all.
Alright, so instead of Layton, let's say that you chose Hirschfelden. This is actually going to be me picking up right where I left off at Layton. We are still level 7, but it same pretty much applies for how you're going to go about the map. You're going to, start here at the base of the map, go to a lookout tower first, and then you're going to be kind of led to a outpost, which I believe this outpost is like right here. And then from there, you're just going to kind of explore the map, open everything up, and then from there you can hunt. So we're going to get to this first lookout tower. We're going to discuss where the animals are on the map, and then from there we're going to go to the outpost, and that's pretty much it. But your first animal, as well as Layton, is scripted. So down here we have this little roe deer. She's just kind of hanging out, and she responds to the roe deer caller, which, because I started on Layton and then switched over here, I no longer have that in my inventory. That is my own fault. I have the shotgun, the bow, and then I have the 243. But my 243 does have polymer tips because I did start on Layton. So I shouldn't have any issues getting into, say, a single lung from the front. We're gonna crouch, we're gonna crawl up, and I'm gonna take the shot. Alrighty. Now that I'm at this rock, let's see if I can't get on it. I'm up here. It is between 65 and 85 meters. We're going to lay down, get out our 243. We'll see if we can't get a shot. I tried for a second one, I don't think it worked. Let's get down here, pick up the blood track, and see what we've got going on. Alright, so we definitely got into some vital organs. I know... Oh, it did not go far. We got a high bleed rate. She's just kind of tangled in the bushes, but we'll pick her up. So this is a roe deer. They are class 3. They're pretty little. Right in there. If I had been a little more to one side, we could have gotten the heart shot. But just a female for the first one, as usual. Same on Layton, 74 meters, pretty much what we expected. But that polymer tip bullet did make it all the way through that chest cavity into some vital organs. Just a little amount of cash. We'll just accept it, and we're gonna move on. So up this hill here is gonna be that lookout tower that we discussed, and I will see you when we get there. Alrighty, so now that we're approaching the top of this, I do want to say that I prefer the shape and structure of the Hirschfelden lookout towers over any other lookout tower that's on any other map in the game at this point, but your survey point is pretty much the same thing to interact with. So you've got this nice open field here, which I do actually recommend hunting this field. It's pretty nice. And it's, right next to the outpost, which is right over there. But we'll survey the map, it'll open it up, and then we'll come back and we'll look at this for where the species are, and I'll kind of indicate where you can find them. Alright, so you've got your first outpost here, and it did kind of light up the area. This over here is the shooting range on Hirschfelden. It acts sort of as an outpost, but I don't think you can change time there. But it has a cache, and you can, test your weapons out. I believe it goes up to 500 meters for the distance, and it's got all these different targets at different lengths, and there's a little, booth with buttons, and maybe we'll stop over there. But for now, we're gonna, close the map here, and we're gonna go look at this map just for the ease of it. And we'll use this to kind of show you where animals are. So starting off, we've got your Canadian geese. Those are going to be in your fields, which is hard to see on this map. But on this map, it's a lot easier to see. Like you can tell these are fields here. This is a clump of them. There's some here. There's fields in this area. And then there's fields here. So if you want to find Canadian geese, you're going to kind of have to look around for the fields. And there are different fields. Some of them have corn. Some of them have hay bales. Some of them have, nothing. Like these over here just have hay bales. There are some fields up north that are... This area, these fields have like half-height corn stalks, and then up here it's all flattened out, and some of them have hay bales, but not a lot of them. So it really just depends. Your European bison, they're going to be a lot on this section of the map, both at rivers and lakes, but it does kind of, if I draw a line down the center, right through the middle of this lake, straight down, just a line right there. They're mostly on this side, but I have ran into a couple of them in this area, so that kind of extends over a little bit. Like I've definitely had some European bison in here. So maybe they extend past in the center area, but for the most part, if you draw a line straight up and down, that's where your European bison are going to be on the western half. Then the European rabbits, so they're a rabbit species that disappears into a burrow, so they don't exactly like travel around for zones like some of the rabbits on Layton does, but they seem to be, again, if you draw a line straight up and down the center of the map, they seem to be on the eastern half. You'll find their burrows. They're just kind of in some areas, and that's pretty much it. Next up, you've got your pheasant, and those were a backfilled species that came out with the New England Mountains map. Those are going to be, again, on this eastern half of the map. I don't really find them close to water, so, like, not on the coastlines, because pheasant don't drink, but, like, in the big chunks of, like, land away from the coast. That's where I tend to find them. Sometimes you can find them like near a lake if it's small like this, but like around the coast of this lake, I don't really see any, so I'd have to walk, at least this far inland from the water to really start finding them. But they're going to be on your eastern half of the map. Alrighty, your roe deer are absolutely everywhere. They cover the entire map, and they're pretty much in pairs wherever you find them, or there's going to be a single female. But they are absolutely everywhere, not hard to find at all, and very, very easy to take down as long as you have a weapon like your 243. The wild boar are also everywhere, minus like this mountain. I don't really see them on the mountain. I see them like around it, but not up on it per se on these two lakes. But they're definitely like around the area of it, but everywhere else you can definitely run into boar. They're going to be in like little packs, which I think the proper term is sounder, but I could be wrong. That might be like the wild pigs that we have in the US, but they're pretty much everywhere. You'll find them in, little groups of like 4 or 5. Fallow deer are going to be on the eastern side of the map. Everywhere on the eastern side, just, straight up and down, cut the map in half. That's where you're going to find your fallow deer. Your red deer are absolutely everywhere. And they can be single females, or they can be, like single male herds, which are bachelors, which I talked about in my grinding video. These are one of those great one species, same as the fallow deer. But they're going to be everywhere. I actually, on my way up here, got a warning call from one who's over in the woods here somewhere. So they're definitely, down in this area, which I don't think they used to be. I think they used to just be the western half of your map. And then the last animal that we need to talk about is your red fox. The red fox are, just like the red deer, absolutely everywhere all over this map, but they're really only in singles or pairs, so they can be kind of difficult to find. Especially if you're, working on grinding red fox for, like, a rare, a super rare, a diamond, or anything, really. But they can be hard to find just because they're only going to be in your singles or in your pairs. But we are going to head down this. We're going to hop over, get to that outpost, open it up, and then we'll look in the store and I'll kind of go over some of the gear that you'll need on Hirschfelden that you won't need on Layton. Alrighty, and just on my way down here, there's definitely been fallow deer in the area. This, I think, is fox. Yep, that's red fox. So it's definitely a crossroads of a good amount of animals. But I did get a warning call again from the red deer as I came down. There's wild boar tracks. A little foggy out today. There's, you know, a point of interest right here, which will give us a little XP boost on our way to the outpost. But pretty much same standard, just like Layton, just different animals that you're going to run into. Which, speaking of fog, you can turn off heat haze. You can turn off fog. So, now I can at least see better. That is something that I should probably, you know, say out loud. Hey, in your game's system settings for video, this is at least on PC, you can turn off your fog and you can turn off your heat haze, which the heat haze is huge to have turned off if you're hunting on a map like Virunga Savannah. Huge. Oh, and I forgot that there's a collectible here, so we're gonna get the collectible before we do it. But we'll pick this up, get the 80 XP, and in the outpost. Alrighty. So, same setup, you know, you can come up here, hop in the door, change the time at the bed. I love this bedding here. Very nice. One thing that's unique about Hirsch and Layton is the doors snap open and shut instead of swing, so I can actually stand here and open and close the door around myself. But before they added like the actual bed system itself, you used to just walk up to the door and hit sleep at the door. So that's a new change. But, you know, same cache, it's just no longer in English. But when you're out on Hirschfelden, wrong button. As far as your collars go, you're gonna want the antler rattler as soon as you got it unlocked. I have all my DLCs installed. Ooh, I forgot to uninstall them again. So some of these you're not gonna have, because some of these are related to way later on DLC maps. So you've got your antler rattler, you're gonna want your predator jackrabbit collar, which is free. You start out with that, that'll call in your red fox. You've got your red deer collar. Once you unlock it, you're gonna want that, but that is level 27. Roe deer collar, you're gonna start the game with. That one you're gonna need. Wild boar, short reed Canadian geese collar. Those are also collars that you're going to want to have on this. Now, going back to the red deer collar, that won't unlock until level 27. It's going to be a bit of a grind to get that one, but you know, no rush. This one unlocks at a fairly low level, and it's pretty nice because this calls in, you know, your fallow, your reindeer on Medved, your caribou on Yukon, the kudu, and Gemsbuck and Blackbuck. These two are on Virunga Savannah, and this one is on Parquet for New. Since there is a red deer at level 17, a roe deer, and a wild boar at level 33. Decoys, you're only going to have the turkey decoy base game, so this, I'm kind of upset that I forgot to uninstall my DLCs, because I didn't have all that extra stuff to go through, but you know, this is what all the DLCs can look like in the store. And just a heads up, I do own all the DLCs, but after we finish the video series with Hirschfelden, which this is the first video, is going to be pretty short, just straight to the point. It's going to be strictly going over the first outpost, the first animal, and the first lookout tower. So this is pretty much it. We're already basically done. It's only, you know, 21 minutes in for the recording myself, but we are basically done. But just a real quick touch on it, because after the second Hirschfelden video comes out of me opening up the map and harvesting one of everything and a diamond, we are going to go to a DLC map, and I'm going to have all the DLCs installed intentionally for that one. So we can go through here, and you can see you've got a lot of score requirements for some of these. Some of them are free. If it's a free weapon, it came with a weapon DLC. If it is a not free weapon that is, locked by a rifle score and, doesn't come base game, it comes with a map. So way back up. Second, the 300 requires 60,000 rifle score and 75,000 to buy it. This comes with Yukon Valley. So your handguns, I've got all of them. A lot of the handguns are DLC. Shotguns, a lot of these come with different DLC, like the Wild Goose Chase, Duck and Cover. Bows, I've got all the different ones. I've got traditional bows, like your recurves and your longbows. I've got crossbows. I've got some high-tech bows. Ammunition, all the different ammunitions, handgun ammo, shotgun ammo. Your regular arrows also get an upgrade, so I've got crossbow bolts, I've got tracer arrows, tracer bolts. Those are actually really helpful to have. Sights, there's definitely a few more sights. Most of these are just iron sights for the different weapons. But there's also the marksman exact reflex sight, a Argus Ascent, and Argus Ascent, I think Helios and Hyperion are all base game. I think there's it's under handguns. Muzzleloader scope, handgun sights, there's the marksman, the Vani. So this is for your 10mm. This one, different wherever it went. Shotgun sights, you get the Falcon Croak. Drilling rifle scope, the same base shotgun scope. These got all your different bow sights. This one is a range finding bow sight, which is so helpful. All the collars, all the scents, all the decoys we already covered. Consumables, this includes dog biscuits for the dog, binoculars, just adds the night vision range finding binoculars. Tents are all the same, ground blinds are the same. You have layout blinds for laying in fields for Canadian geese. Waterfowl blinds for hunting, waterfowl, which we talked about in my grinding video. These are half off the cost of all the other blinds, except for the ground blinds are also half off. Tree stands, which require certain trees to go in, and tripods, which can go almost anywhere. These are fantastic. But that's pretty much everything here. There's no difference in the garage. There's not really a difference in character. Storage will be a little different, but that's just because it's going to be full of all your other stuff. And then you got your kennel with your dog. So I don't have any dogs on my beginner account, but on my main account I do. So we've got, something yelling at us up there. But that's pretty much all that this video is going to cover. We are going to be opening up the map very soon with the help of somebody. And from there, that's it. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm so glad that this one was much shorter than the first Layton video at 41 minutes. That was a bit much. But I believe that the second video will also be pretty short for this one because I do have somebody who is going to tent me around the map tonight. So we'll get this map tented around, opened up. It'll take a lot less time. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye!